I am Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior. And I would think that a man of the cloth would know that.
Of course, that was a test to make sure you weren't a false prophet, praise him. But I wanted to make sure. I am, of course, a Gregorian monk. And I've actually been working hard on the character. I've been doing chants to get it. And so just give me a moment. And it goes on for another 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, several hours. Actually.
Hours if you just let it replay.
PKA 462 with our guest Joker.
Like the Joker. You look great. Did you do that face painting yourself?
I did.
I'm proud of you.
I like the cigarette.
Oh, and on the cool new lighter.
That's pretty. Kyle, I'm really impressed. I like it.
Yeah. Because comic book villains and heroes and all that shit, when you think about it, it's like, this is so unrealistic. This would never happen. Nobody would ever dress as a bat and fight fucking crime. Yeah. But with the Joker, you're like, if all of that stuff happened to a person like that, he might become the Joker. He has such a horrible time throughout the movie. Yeah. Oh, I won't give anything away. I'm going
to go tomorrow morning.
What's more Joker than spoiling the movie?
Part of my motivation.
Out at the end, it was all a dream.
How dumb would that be? I hate those movies.
I hate those movies. There are people who think that is the case with the Joker movie. I take it back. They did give me an enormous amount of money to make content. So.
Did you make it?
Ooh, very Joker-esque. They gave me money to shoot guns, and I didn't even do it.
They couldn't insure it. Like they gave me like $175,000 cash, and but then they were like, "Oh shit, we can't get this insured." And I was like, "I already spent all the money." So
for me, it's so vivid. But for someone like you who has been in the industry and knows about it, but doesn't pay attention. Like I didn't know that Kyle was in prison for 2 months. For what?
Oh, lots of great
Can
stories.
we ask? We're not in jail. That's only you're not allowed to ask what you're in for if you're in, right?
iTunes, because it helps us out, Lewis. And
interesting, right? I was thinking getting back to it. So I've been streaming a little bit lately, and that's
the 4th one, bro.
The Joker smokes a lot in the movie. That ain't a spoiler either.
This guy had
I didn't want to be on the bench that I put myself in.
But yeah. Prostitution should definitely be legal.
What did you poke? Is that face paint irritating your eyes?
Yes, very much so.
They look red. Can you get closer to the camera?
Yeah, because it's not. That's not from the Mary Jane.
No,
because you don't do that no more.
No, they drug test me pretty regularly, but the face paint is getting into my eyeballs.
3 weeks or something like that.
I'm incapable.
You can't. Retard.
Is this camera fucked up anywhere else?
Yeah.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
It's you.
No,
it flickered for a moment.
Your camera's a little Joker-esque right now for me.
Yeah, man.
Mine?
Yeah.
You're really going for it, huh?
Society.
And then Woody is
I went
Dark
for
Hair Man.
I did Superboy. So I had that. Here was my concern. Ever see those jerks who show up at a costume party with the "This is my costume" shirt? And it's just too low effort. If you're going to an area where costumes are appropriate, wear a costume. So this is what I'm going for in my costume. You guys see it in the chat. And this is what I look like. I've got the pants.
I'm glad he didn't go low effort.
I even did some pants from a specialty store.
I got them from Amazon. Buying clothes online is very tricky. I dyed my hair. I did everything I could so that this wasn't like the "This is my costume" t-shirt.
Oh shit! Oh wow! That's so good. Oh, that's intense.
What?
Can she get close over your freaking shoulder?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Can she come closer to the cam? That is nice makeup.
Yeah, she's been doing this for the last couple hours. Not done yet, though.
Oh my god. You two look delightfully horrific.
Yes. Oh my God. The sunken eye effect and the raised brow. Oh man, that's awesome.
Nice work, Taylor. You found quite the looker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your children will be war boys.
So, what is everyone for Halloween? Kyle, you look to be a demon.
Yeah, I went with the devil, and one small oversight is that this is very echoey, and you can't hear me for shit. So this mask is going to come off very soon, and also carbon monoxide poisoning.
Woody appears to be gay.
From Reno 911, Kyle, what's the dude's name?
Lieutenant Dangle.
Lieutenant Dangle. I've got the shorts on. Maybe I'll get up, get a coffee or something, and give you guys quite the treat. But they're tight shorts. Really tight.
I know.
You found me right away. That ruins the whole thing.
It does. It does.
I was hoping it.
For the audio listeners, which is most of you, Woody is Waldo. He's looking solid, looking good. I love the background. I bet I could, I'm going to be looking for Waldo in that background throughout the show.
I will never find him. These aren't real glasses.
Oh, not like you didn't like take somebody else's glasses and you're like looking through a prescription.
No, but they go right through.
There's not even any glasses in them. Kyle appears to be an injured man.
Yes, I'm the victim of a female driver.
Oh no!
Jesus Christ!
What were you doing? Was it your fault too?
No, I was driving properly because.
No, I was just sitting at home.
I was sitting in my chair, and right through the living room she came.
And I am Pikachu. You can see because Ash has chosen me as his battle companion, throwing me out there. I'm a big ass Pikachu. I'd beat the fuck out of the other Pikachu. Actually, I would lose horribly. I don't actually have electric powers.
No.
I'd be shocked to death.
Kyle, what are you for Halloween?
Oh, I am
Yeah, what are you, Kyle?
You are things around the house, man.
Things around the
house, man. Like I loved all the free candy, but like the like having to tell a joke, that's good.
You're Billie Eilish. All right.
Billie Eilish.
I'm Billie Eilish.
Yeah. Pre-planned. So I didn't know. Like I remember being like, Halloween's awesome. I love it. I hate the part where you have to tell the people a joke to get your candy.
Don't they have to? It's like they're contractually bound. Practically.
Not if you're almost a 50-year-old man.
If you act like you're a little off, they'll give you candy.
Off. Act like I'm not neurotypical and just start.
I think just going up there, people probably would just want to not have a problem, and they just
go up there, start a conversation with them, and then shush them a couple times, and they'll start Starburst in your basket right away.
Yeah. I don't remember that NASCAR guy open carrying. Like, walking around with a gun.
Open carry is legal here.
It's not brandishing. It's part of my costume.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. So
Taylor,
what is everyone?
Let's. What is everyone dressed as?
Taylor, you are.
I'm a spooky skeleton.
All right, Kitty, you are.
5 years time after having to deal with that on the other screen.
Awesome.
Maybe next year.
Kyle is a cloud. I can't see him at all.
I am James Tiberius Kirk, captain of the USS Enterprise, serial number 1701.
And
turn the settings down on your smoke machine. This
is the lowest setting.
I'm Clark Kent.
For like stages, then, not for you to set at your feet.
This is the one for interiors. The exterior setting was much worse.
Oh Jesus, dude.
I want to see the exterior setting now.
And Kyle, what's the explanation of the pairing between the smoke machine and Captain Kirk?
I like to buy little props for the show, and like the potato gun, and I bought that bow. I got that bow and arrow. That's partially for this, and what else have I got? The helium tanks and stuff like that. So when I saw Fog Machine, I was actually going through like the Halloween section of Amazon, and I saw fog machines, and I was like, yes, I need a fog machine. And I was thinking maybe I could use this in some Russia videos too.
maybe get some fog going, do some nighttime stuff. That'd be fun with some lights. So I bought myself a fog machine to deal with it.
There you go. Make a good use of the Patreon money.
That's I am making good use of the Patreon money. Taylor, I will say I like your costume. Very high effort. Woody, yours is classic. I love yours. I will say that I think if Merker were wearing it, it would be even more fitting because he kind of has that Superman hairdo from time to time.
He does.
But,
yeah. I had a hard time pulling it off. It actually took me a little
while. Make a good Clark Kent, though. You got it going on. I see. I just noticed your hair. I just noticed the little doo-wop hair thing. Okay, I changed my mind. You pulled that off. That's good. Now, if you went as far as like getting a small hair extension and then breaking it down, then,
I had been I've been mulling over getting it cut, and I lengthened it just for the show. I skipped the haircut. This is as long as my hair gets, and
Grandma Sandy, I've got to say, that's you really like. I saw you earlier like that. It's really disturbing. The glasses, I think, really set it off nicely.
Do you like the haircut, love? Do you think it's good?
Oh, it's great. You strike me as a Mabel.
I got a nice little blue rinse down at the salon.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Totally works.
It's good.
But yeah, totally a fun use of the Patreon money, keeping my basement smoked out. And I think I'm gonna get some more props for PKN. Like I think I'm gonna do a thing on PKN where we get some like real guns involved. I don't know where we'll do it, but like I think it'd be fun to do some like actual like stuff on PKN. So for $10 a month, if you want to join the Patreon, you get video access to the PKN. That's a whole new thing we added, and I got some cool ideas to make it more interesting. I just gotta make them happen, like my fog machine. God damn it!
And then on that note, so another thing that Patreon members get is early access to PKA. And it's especially early this week. It's Tuesday as we record this. I don't know if we're going to make it available on Tuesday or Wednesday or what we're going to do. But you guys get early access to PKA before the Saturday go live on my YouTube channel. So thank you, Patreon members. We love you. We appreciate you.
Yes, of course. Should I keep these candles? Do they add to a spooky aesthetic, or are they irritating?
Yeah, no, please keep the candles.
Yeah.
Your lady friend made that happen for you?
Yes, she did it. I was not capable of doing this myself.
Well, good on her. That's pretty damn good. We appreciate. God damn it! Where's the shit?
It only took me like 25 minutes, half an hour.
I think at this point, Kyle could say the most serious shit in the world, but everyone would still be cracking up just because of the damn smoke.
I have a candle here. You probably can't see it. And up here, I have a spider web. So we really went all out here at the Woodworth house.
Looks like you made your costume on the way into the basement. Like, oh, fuck. What day is it?
I like it. I like that costume. I've seen that done before, and I like it. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does look good.
It beat out Businessman in the Wind. That was another one that was on our list of possible costumes. But
you could have gotten like a Ray Rice jersey and drug a blow-up doll around.
That's kind of.
I went to Walmart.
Right by now. Everybody's doing that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that post. It's creepy. I don't like it.
So we have some interesting costumes here. I apologize. I remember last year I had like, I don't know, a costume extravaganza, but I just got back into Atlanta last night. Didn't really get to sleep till 3 or 4 in the morning last night. But I guess I'm Santa Claus, a little early. But Taylor, dear God, tell us more.
Can you get closer to the camera? I want to see your teeth. Oh, it's awful. Wow, and I didn't notice the beard until just now.
Yeah, the beard, she totally covered it up. There's so much stuff on my face. My entire face and head is itchy. Like, it's not comfortable. It's really uncomfortable. And this has to be on now because I have plans tonight for Halloween, so I have to be itchy for like the next probably 12 hours. So hopefully I get used to it. But I'm a zombie, and it's a bald cap. I can't touch it, apparently. And blood on my mouth. She colored my teeth, which was really awful. Still tasting it. And
God, how long did it take?
I was sitting in the chair over there. She's a mummy, so she's doing her mummy makeup right now. Took about, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours. There were a couple mishaps. Like, it turns out I'm a really hairy fucker, and so it took like 3 times the normal amount of resin to get everything to stick to me.
Yeah.
And so I'm just coated, like just a 1/4 inch thick, like film of latex on my neck right here to keep.
I've never had that much before. I've had a ball cap before,
my costume not so difficult to endure. I bet I could rock this until
permanently
with no trouble. But
you didn't even put shoes on.
I'm
that guy with shoes.
I'm the brawny man. You're lucky I wore pants, baby.
Check
this out.
We could go at him kind of straight up.
We have a second brawny man in the.
Oh, that's fun.
Wow, a lot of creativity there.
Yeah.
Just put it here.
Oh wait, is that Woody and Colin?
Yeah.
I thought it was Brawny Man and Son.
God, you're such an ass.
It was the paper towel magnate.
Are you just wearing? Is that even a Santa robe you're wearing, Kyle, or is that just a red robe you have?
It's honestly a Santa Claus costume. The beard's in the back somewhere. There's pants for it, but I don't know why it doesn't button. That's what I was saying. Like when I was putting it, I was like, "The fuck is this? A Santa robe?" Like there's no way to attach like the sides. So yeah, it was this or like that Gorilla Man that makes me sweat my balls off, or I don't know. Gumby's
Seems
here
like
somewhere.
a lot of your costumes revolve around having a mask on or something really uncomfortable and heavy over your head.
Well, that's because they're made to like dress like dummies up and shoot with flamethrowers and machine guns and stuff.
That's
like, yeah.
Well, good thing you have Seductive Santa there just as a backup.
Sexy Santa, like Michael Scott.
What were you last year? What was Woody last year?
I had a bunch of
last year, I think.
I did like 6 costumes last year. I did like a gorilla, like 2 or 3 like zombie masks.
You were a priest, right? At one point.
Yeah, I was a priest at one point. Yeah, I had a bunch. That's what I actually wore to the Halloween party a year or 2 ago. I went as a priest. I wanted my girlfriend to go as an altar boy, but she wasn't into it. I thought that would have been great. Yeah.
Really fun.
I know.
Yeah, why wouldn't she go for that?
She already had, I don't remember what she went as, but she had a cool thing that she had already put a lot of time and effort and thought into.
I wanted to be either, I guess, the zombie, which is actually Halloween themed, or I wanted to be Caitlyn Jenner, dress up as an ugly woman, and then like drag around a doll of a mangled person and like a steering wheel that was kind of broken off.
My God. Caitlyn Jenner, the driver.
Have a glass jar with like your dick and balls in it that you're carrying around. that would be funny.
And the steering wheel and just walking around. Oh, that'd be funny. Too late.
Did you see the Reddit one that was Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
There was like a 1980s Michael Jackson where he was black and he had like an afro, and then there was like a 2000 Michael Jackson where he was white and had long hair and he was sort of split down the middle. It was well done. People keep asking, they think I'm a lumberjack. I am actually the brawny man.
Absolutely. Big difference. He's a lumberjack who cleans up messes and is highly absorbent.
Huh? So.
God. Should have at least worn boots or something. I am so itchy.
I see you here like.
I'm trying to like
spot itch. Yeah.
Down.
It's awful. Yeah. So I've never had. I had the bald cap, and then like they sprayed my face and paint like airbrush. They airbrushed my whole face and everything. But what you've got looks like a particular brand of discomfort, and I don't envy it. But it looks great. I appreciate the high effort. That's the teeth especially. Can you give us the teeth?
Can you come closer?
Yeah. Get like. Oh, they're just disgusting.
Nice.
Oh, it looks just like
he's
Jeremy.
a coffee drinker right there.
Actually, yours look better than Jeremy's.
Yeah.
Swear to God. Oh, love you, Jeremy. Sorry, man.
I feel bad for
if you ever want
want
help getting a loan, both. Like I don't know why he doesn't get them fixed. I've offered to assist him. You can get a payment plan with the dentist. He legitimately probably needs, I think, like a full set of teeth, like veneers or like implants. Implants. That's what he needs. I think a full set of implants is running you like well over $50,000, depending on where you go and how it's done. Unless you go to Mexico, and I've offered to like assist him in some small way, like the down payment at least, get him on some kind of payment plan, and it's not a high priority for that man. Would be for me though.
So
I think for most people, it would be, that's a whole brand of confidence to walk around without teeth and with your
because
teeth. rotted.
Because I would always just be trying to hide them and like trying to, talk like that or something. And like, no.
Well, he's from Georgia. It's a little different. I feel like if you have all your teeth in Kyle's neck of the woods, you're a bit of a show off.
Top tier, baby. Top tier. Oh, what are you doing? Brushing and flossing? Pussy. I just put another chaw in. That kills the gingivitis.
It's true. Yeah, this isn't like the hub of culture that is one of the Carolinas.
Your head's even bigger with that costume on.
Oh, with this thing on, it's like a big nutsack.
We were speculating what you were going to be, and Woody was like, "What if he's an owl?"
That's what I wanted so bad.
I'm not going to fan that fire anymore. It's already roaring.
Oh, that'd be so great. I would.
He's got a very punchable face when he gets real close with his badly make-up tooth.
Bobby Possum car.
Glass houses, Taylor. Glass houses.
Right? Good makeup on my teeth.
It really is. It's sticking in there. Like I thought they would be like.
What does it taste like?
It like when she applied it smelled really strongly of like alcohol, and so like rubbing alcohol, and it tasted like that for a bit, and then now it's fine. Doesn't taste like anything. It's gonna be a bitch to get all of this off.
Why does she have this talent? Like
it hurts coming off. You've got to use alcohol and dissolve.
Yeah. To swab it. She really likes doing, like, she's been spending this whole time putting on her mummy makeup. She loves Halloween, and she's really into doing like face makeup and stuff like that.
Can she make an appearance toward the end of the show? Perhaps we'll see her outfit.
Yeah, sure. Won't be an outfit. It'll just be a face like mine. Hers is gonna be better though. But yeah, she's still working. She'll pop on near the end of the show when she's done.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. This is. It does hurt to take off, Kyle, because it feels like it's gonna hurt really bad.
You've
Maybe
just got to
take
use
care of my eyebrow situation because there's some latex right there.
Is that the eyebrow that is so unique to you, or is that? I thought that was the other side.
No, this is the wonky eyebrow that flips up, giving me my owlish appearance. But yeah, when did you have all this on your face, Kyle? This kind of shit?
I did that video for the Hitman video game series, and so I became the Agent 43 or whatever the hell. So bald cap, and they airbrushed, tinted my face a bit. And
did you say your mom didn't recognize you? Like, what was that like? Did you just take a second to not recognize you, or?
I went to her school wearing the suit and tie, the full makeup, and a pair of sunglasses. And I looked in her classroom, and she went, "Yes, sir. How can I help you?" And I stared at her, and she was like, kind of getting scared, like freaked out. And I was like, "Mom, it's me." She was like, "Oh my God!" Like, whoa, what did you shave? And did you shave your head? And I was like, no, it's just makeup for this thing I'm doing. And like, I ran into a couple of her friends who like, I know, like I grew up knowing these people, met them, half a dozen times, and they didn't recognize me either. I was like, I didn't even bother like telling them who I was. I was like, "Do you know where so-and-so's classroom is?" And they're like, "Yeah, right down there." And I'm talking to a woman that I have known my whole life, and she had no idea. Yeah, you
didn't recognize your voice?
No, guess not.
Huh. It's weird.
It's pretty funny. Yeah, I got the suit on, the sunglasses, completely bald head. My skin is a lot darker. It was a bizarre look.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was fun to do. The guy who did my makeup was he works on The Walking Dead. And he had all these cool stories from doing the makeup there. He had done Susan Sarandon's makeup and Jennifer Aniston's makeup at one time or another. He was an interesting character.
Some would consider her perfect.
Oh my God, I've got like 6 itches happening all over my head, and I can't get to any of them. Like I'm trying to.
You can't just press really hard with a knuckle, like.
It's not enough. It's not enough to get rid of the itch. It's just exacerbating it.
Have you tried hitting yourself, like?
I will. I'll get into some serious self-abuse right after we're done here.
No, now's good. On camera.
And what time is it? 5:30. It's going to be on for like 7 more hours. Oh man, how long did you have to have your bald cap on, Kyle?
All day. I got it. I put it on. 8 in the morning, and got to take it off that night whenever it was dark. Maybe another 12 hours, I'd say.
You used like a production grade bald cap, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was a professional guy. Like he did movie work that he actually came to my house. He was based in Atlanta.
Melissa made these. She blew up balloons and then put liquid latex on it, like a layer every day for like 2 weeks.
No way.
Yeah, so this is a homemade bald cap.
That's really cool.
Yeah, Yeah, she's really good with that.
That's
stuff.
amazing. Now, how is hers coming along? That we're 3 hours and 42 minutes in.
She 3:42. Wow.
This doesn't.
By.
This
She's
might not
got
even be her.
quite a bit done. Liz, when are you going to be ready to show it?
Someone said rules aren't laws with regards to the Twitch thing. That's clever.
She's going to be working on it I'll show it right before the end. She'll show it right before the end of the show, but she is getting really into hers, so she'll be working for the next 3 hours. But before the end, she'll come over and show her face. She's looking better than me. Are you itchy? No, she's not itchy. Of course, I'm itchy. I got the worst bald cap, I bet. Right?
I know you're going to a party tonight or whatever. Do you have any Halloween plans? Woody, do you do any trick or treating, anything like that? Any ghost stories out by the fire?
Colin doesn't like trick or treating, which is a shame.
What?
Because I would totally love to be that dad in a golf cart, just following him from house to house. That sounds like the best trick or treat experience ever. Maybe a lemonade and just ride around the neighborhood in a golf cart while he walks from door to door. But he's not into trick or treating, and we pitched a lot of costumes and stuff at him, but he's not down.
Well, there's no point in calling back. We're gonna get whatever the hell.
Oh shit! Oh wow! Oh wow! That's so good. Oh, that's intense.
What?
Can she get close over your freaking shoulder?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Can she come closer to the cam? That is nice makeup.
Yeah, she's been doing this for the last couple hours. Not done yet, though.
Oh my god. You two look delightfully horrific.
Yes. Oh my god. The sunken eye effect and the raised brow. Oh man, that's awesome.
Nice work, Taylor. You found quite the looker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your children will be war boys.
Children will be war boys.
That's crazy.
A lot of people have been saying I look like a war boy.
You did.
Yeah, this is I don't know what this is. What is it?
This is a whole piece. This is a whole piece. This is a oh, don't poke in my ear.
Well, I'm trying to put the fucking thing in.
Oh.
I'm just poking you in the ear for no reason.
I didn't know what he was doing.
And yeah, there's a centipede coming out of this hole. And another one coming out of this hole.
Lean up closer.
Oh.
Get right up.
Yeah, get real close because the camera will pick it up better. Wow. I'm speechless. That turned out super well.
And it's stitches. And a little centipede guy.
From my seat, it's so gross. It's weird that you're touching it.
Yeah, there's whole... Man, this camera doesn't look very good, but yeah, it looks a lot cooler.
Yeah, you've got a couple more hours to go.
In person.
Yeah.
I don't know how much
So,
longer.
So maybe Taylor's told us before, and I just don't recall. Where did you get these talents? I mean, I've seen the dicks you made; those are very artsy, but they don't look like they require a professional level of talent. But the makeup you got here is very good.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I just watch a lot of YouTube videos.
Yeah, awesome. Looks great.
And I like art, anything art stuff.
Wow, that's so freaking scary. When you popped up behind him,
that was great.
It really was a bit disturbing. Oh man, and I was like, why is no one else reacting to this?
I didn't see.
A monster.
I didn't know she was back there. Yeah.
Very sneaky.
It's really good, babe.
Yeah, thanks.
Awesome.
I never really got to go trick or treating growing up because we lived in the country and the neighbors are really spread apart. So you've got if you go door to door, especially if you're on foot, it's a pretty good walk from house to house. I didn't live in a neighborhood where you could just go down to all the way down the street hitting the houses up. I did that a couple times because my parents would drive me to wherever, but I don't think I ever really enjoyed it, to be honest. I didn't like dressing up. Candy was nice, but I got candy anyway. I never really liked Halloween that much. I like the hijinks that seem to be sort of borderline tolerated, I guess, during Halloween, like egging houses and stuff. We do that occasionally, but I didn't like to hit random people. I like to hit people I know. I feel like egging a random person's house is a really shitty thing to do, but
I like to break pumpkins on people's front stoops when I was.
Oh yeah.
Like 15, 16. That was fun. Get like an aluminum baseball bat, and it makes such a loud sound when you smash that pumpkin right at like 2 a.m. There's a better look at her Halloween costume there.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I see now. Those are. She's got like a centipede type creatures crawling on in the hole on her head.
Oh, it looks way better on the Twitter.
And the
picture.
neck where it stops, I'm sure is going to be fixed. She's just midway through it. Yeah, that looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Man, she's still got a few hours to go. It's going to be creepy going out tonight. I've been shown up.
It's creepy just to say this, but I swear somehow she still looks really pretty with all that crap on.
Well, she is very pretty.
But you'd think it'd be masked, but she looks pretty even with the costume on.
See how big her eyes are through that creepy dark hole. Yeah, I like the way the nose looks like it's cut off, but
yeah.
So everybody's looking great.
Yes.
Woody, you appear to be a doll of sorts.
The
Kyle,
idea was that I was the PKA marionette show, right? At one point, these things had working mouths, kind of, in the prototype. There are lines here that I could operate. I'm a puppet, of course, myself. Taylor's head is gigantic. I don't know if it shows in the camera. It's about twice as large. They have the same skull as a starting point. We just puttied and puttied and puttied and baked and puttied and baked and puttied until his head was about human size. And one of Kyle's eyebrows moves. It was a whole production back here.
You gave me some pretty thick eyebrows. Well done. Spot on.
I don't know if you can tell because I normally have no eyebrows at all, and now they just look kind of normal. But I have thick eyebrows too. It was about 2 hours ago. It was like, all right, let's scale back the scope of this operation. It's like a school project or the last hour of Iron Chef. It's just this like, all right, due date's going to come. What's the best thing that we can turn in? And I think it turned out pretty well.
It did. That's very high effort. Is it attached to you or is it behind you? I can't tell.
There's like an IV stand behind me with this like marionette framework that we put together and counterweights on the ground that you're not seeing. It's a whole from the gym. So these things weigh like 12 pounds each. Like it's a thing.
12 pounds each. What are you gonna fucking do with those after this? Be like, well, I guess I now have little dolls of my co-hosts in case I ever want to torture them with pins.
Right, they're voodoo dolls. I never want to see them again after the show. That's where we are right now.
I wouldn't either. That's kind of the life cycle of Halloween costumes. They tend to go away. And Kyle, you are you homeless or are you Jesus?
I am Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior, and I would think that a man of the cloth would know that.
Of course, that was a test to make sure you weren't a false prophet. Praise him.
Of course not.
But I wanted to make sure. I am, of course, a Gregorian monk. And I've actually been working hard on the character. I've been doing chants to get it. And so just give me a moment. And it goes on for another 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, several hours. Actually.
Hours if you just let it replay.
That's my favorite part of Halo.
Your favorite part of Halo is the Gregorian chant at the beginning.
Totally. Get you pumped.
It does. It makes you feel like, man, I'm fighting for the Lord. That's what it makes me think. So who else is itchy?
No,
I figured Woody's not.
A pretty comfortable costume.
I'm pretty sure there's a family of mice living in here. It's very itchy. The crown of thorns is surprisingly the least uncomfortable part about all of this. Although the robe is nice, especially when you don't wear anything underneath.
That's nice. I can tell this isn't human hair, which is more refreshing than not. Because if you're wearing fake hair, you wouldn't want it to be human, right? There's something odd about that. Are you wearing any human hair?
I have 2 wigs and 2 beards, and this is actually the cheaper of them, believe it or not. The others are both real hair, but the cheap ones turned out to look much better.
Okay,
that's good. Yeah, I didn't price shop the monks around. I found one and was like, that's silly, and I bought it. So that was my thought process.
So easy compared to this. Didn't start today. This started.
They have Halloween shops where you live. You walk right in, talk to the overweight women who volunteer there 2 weekends a year, get your costume out the door. But they're never helpful. They like the one I went to where they wear shirts that are like, just ask. So I was like, hey, I've walked around the store a couple times and I can't find the handmade tail outfit. Because initially I was going to wear that white bonnet and like the red handmade thing. And she was like, can't help you. I was like, all right, well, then take the shirt off, bitch. It says I can help. So,
Woody, did Jackie hand make my lips? Because I got to say, if that puppet's complexion was just a wee bit darker, we'd have a Megyn Kelly situation going on.
You're both a little simian, I have to say.
Whoa.
You are both a little simian. Well, we are apes.
He was supposed to talk at one point. And this is a Kyle feature, but his eyebrow kind of moves. It's all gonna be synced in there. Taylor, on the other hand, his special attention was just ginormous head. He did have a sign that said, "Democrats make America great again," but I didn't think you'd like it.
Oh, I wouldn't care.
They're little microphones. The sign might be around here.
Nice. Yeah, Kyle, those lips are a little generous for you, my friend. Because you've got some dick sucking lips on that.
Goddamn right.
And now I know what I'm going to do with them afterwards. You asked before, I didn't have a plan. Now I do.
I'm just saying, Woody, hanging someone from a rope with those kind of lips, not a good look.
I don't know. Yeah. We worked really hard on this puppet show.
That's hilarious. I didn't even notice the lips until you pointed that out.
I'm just looking at the lips and I'm like, my lips aren't that big, are they? Like
your jaw went through a lot of evolution to make this happen.
I see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got that like Lord Undertooth or whatever from Family Guy. That kind of look.
Taylor's
They
turn.
are terrifying.
Are we wearing pants?
You know, it's a kind of a waist up show.
Okay.
Are you wearing pants, Taylor?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm wearing this itchiest of the Lord's robes. That's I think that the Lord intentionally gave itchy robes to monks to keep them focused on him. Because if they weren't praying all the time, they'd have to be like, this is fucking rough.
That's part of their penance, is the itchy robes, yeah.
The itchy robes, the terrible wigs. Like, that's all part of it. I think in real life, though, they actually shaved this part of their head. More
they
like
really
friar,
did, yeah.
A friar
absolutely.
tuck kind of look.
They totally did do that, yeah.
I'm Middle Eastern, or not Middle Eastern, Middle Age. A Middle Age monk. And so we probably got, frankly, Lord and Savior Christ, we probably got quite a few things wrong with the gospel. Like sacrificing virgins. Was that in there? Because I was hesitant the first 2 dozen times, and then it just felt right.
Well, the virgins are the purest of blood, so they are the ones to be sacrificed. And being a virgin myself at the tender age of 35, when I was turned upon by, well...
I thought you hung out with whores.
He did, but it was all above board.
And he still couldn't get laid? Jesus Christ, talk about a sure thing. If Mary Magdalene doesn't put it...
Hey!
If you can't score with Mary Magdalene, then
I was talking to your
no
mother.
Game.
Your mother and father and I have been speaking quite a great deal about you. They call me every night and they tell me of your deeds or misdeeds, perhaps we should say.
So long as
misdeeds.
If you're telling them, then they might learn some shit they don't need to know.
I was looking around for a Bible to have as a prop, and I was like, man, I don't even know where it is. And so I gave up. Guess I need to buy a new Bible. And then I'm going to like, as soon as I get the Bible, I'm going to like flip through it like 1,000 times, make it look like really worn and red, highlight random passages throughout it and put notes like good shit, like in the border. So when someone sees it, they'll be like, this is a man of God.
The highlighting means nothing.
Cares.
It starts and stops mid-sentence, like across two.
Yeah. And the Lord saith unto him, well, I guess he was only concerned about that section. You know? It's more that he was saying it, not what was said, that I'm concerned with. Jesus, thank God you're here. What is the book? Because you wrote a pretty long book for us, and it's getting exhausting. If I can pick one book or a couple to just say fuck that and not read them anymore, which ones should they be?
Well, Leviticus. There's a lot of things in the Old Testament which, frankly, were only thrown in to appease the Jews. And personally, I'm not the biggest fan of them. My good friend Mel Gibson made a whole movie about them, and he spoke openly through me, of course.
Jesus Christ, the original self-hating Jew. Yeah.
Well, I was born of a Hebrew woman, yes, but my father was God Almighty, and
he's not Jewish, but it goes matrilinearly. So I'm sorry. You're
yet another lie from the Jew to make yours truly look bad.
What would be good is I wish that you were black for this, so that your bit could be like saying, the black Israelites who will like stand and scream at people in New York and stuff, and be like, Jesus was black. He was a proud black man living in the Middle East, and like screaming at people. That would be funny.
I was going to wear a sombrero, and I was going to be Jesus Christ. But
I like the original Christ more.
I do too. Jesus Christ has a sweet ride, though, right? Nice big rims. It bounces up and down.
Hydraulics in there.
Yeah,
he bounced across the Sea of Galilee in his low rider, whatever the fuck they drive.
Yeah, instead of the apostles, I got a bunch of cholos.
See, I like your Jesus a lot because your very white European bone structure, like you look like a painting of Jesus.
Exactly.
Like we're the ones where they saw like Middle Eastern, a little darker Jesus, like not even like European Jewish, like Middle Eastern Jewish. Like if they saw a picture of him, they'd be like, yeah, but how? You know what? Actually, instead of that, look at this podcast dress up guy. I have a guy in Georgia. He's got great bone structure, and I think it's going to bring more money into the church. That's the reason they did it.
That's
trying to play off the pilgrims and make money.
The idea of a brown Afro sporting Jesus Christ just rubs a lot of puritanical people the wrong way, quite frankly.
Yeah, they wouldn't care for it. It'd be like if they were like, actually, Muhammad, he was a proud Mongolian.
Ooh.
Like, no, they probably wouldn't care about Mongolians there, right? Mongolians, they fly under the radar. I feel like I never hear anything about them. They're just living, herding sheep, riding horses.
Drinking
and that's not even a joke. That's pretty much what they do still.
Yeah, they're like poorly paved
people.
roads.
You don't need roads when you have horses.
They have them and they're poorly paved. It's a thing.
I guess your spiritual or lordly, godly, rather, punishment be for these gals.
Well, spare the rod, spoil the child. I think Dad said that.
That was my mother.
It's not even in the Bible.
My father told your mother that, and she knows how to follow instructions. She went a little out there. I think she also read that part about beating your slave half to death, and it's A-okay.
But she also read the passage about never using a stiletto shoe and an ice pick at the same time.
Listen, I thought the Romans were hard on me. But I was looking in on you from time to time, and
I mean, rough go. The Romans didn't really give a shit one way or the other about you.
Well, they gave me that cats of nine tails pretty severely. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't know if you've ever been whipped into your back is nothing but a bloody mess. Well, I mean, Woody has, but I don't know if you have, Taylor. But it is painful.
I flagellate myself all the time.
Well, of course you do.
I'm a monk. Praise you.
Oh, I feel it. Right here.
You feel it? Hey, what if I kiss way lower on the cross? Nice. Nice. That part of this cross is a little salty. a little bleachy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Thank you, my son.
I wonder who the guy was who was like, yeah, and if you want to join our order, you have to wear these clothes. And it was a dude who had a really dope place on a mountain, who like everybody else had left the monastery, and he like had a really cool thing, and they like showed up like, I want to serve the Lord as a monk. And he had to be like, yeah, well, you gotta wear these awful clothes. Okay, I'll do it. Ah, shit. You gotta cut your hair. Give me a minute. Okay, you gotta do this. This is a new rule. I just got this from God. And they're like already getting razors out. Like, okay. And he's like, fuck, shit. You gotta get up and pray in the exact same spot. So 60 years from now, a kid on a trip in a college exchange program can come and take a photo of where your feet have carved out a little bit in the wood from how much you've prayed over the decades. Like, yeah, of course I'll do that. Like, that's the real history that they're not telling you about Christianity. Is it was a bunch of cool cats trying to keep monasteries fun, and then a bunch of losers showed up and took it seriously. And you can confirm this, Christ.
That's exactly what happened.
See, the reason we cut it like this is because we imagine where the crown of thorns is, and we remove the hair within.
I like to imagine that it was one monk with male pattern baldness, and he was like, "You all have to look like me now."
I like to think that. Do you need to remain a virgin? Do you have to stay celibate?
Of course.
Right. So
do monks?
I don't know, but in my head, that haircut is designed to facilitate that.
It does help with running the ladies away. They don't care for it.
It's practically a head condom.
Your head looks like a cock.
It's really like it would be a happy day in a monastery to like start losing this. Where then you're like, oh, thank God, now I'm just bald guy. Now like I won't get made fun of every time I go to market to buy more wooden shoes and robes. Or whatever the fuck they wore.
So I'm actually in South Carolina
who made peas fuck and invented things about evolution. Howie Wendell, I think his name was.
Ah, yes. That's what it was.
Yep. He bred peas. Do you guys not know this?
He made peas fuck? I know we didn't cover this in school.
He did that hereditary thing, right? Like he came up with the whole thing that shows how traits are passed on with plants, right?
Yeah,
I think we did cover this, but I forgot the guy's name.
Yeah, this
Howie
is like
Mandel?
This is like 8th grade fucking science or something like that.
He was a germaphobe as well.
Also a germaphobe. I loved his work on Bobby's World. Not so much on America's Got Talent. Pretty annoying. More of a Stern fan there, but Stern didn't contribute as much to the world of biology, so it's kind of even for me.
Back in the day, like you could get so much credit for bullshit science, where like this dude was just in a monastery and he's like, oh no, I mixed these peas with these other peas in the same plot, and then like different peas grow, and people are like, this guy knew that he could put peas together, and it's like, no, he made a mistake, and then he ran with it, you know, he figured it out over time.
You look so much like a monkey on camera. In real life, it kind of looked like you a little, and then the eyebrow, because you often make faces at the camera. But man, this is Simeon.
Oh yeah, the resemblance is uncanny.
When it was a work in progress, like I actually for a long time the jaw wasn't even attached. Now I was like, I see it, and then Taylor's head, like, but when you put the jaws on,
they look ghoulish, and I'll just stop.
If I found that hanging in my home, I'd call the authorities.
She tried really hard on these.
Oh, of course, but it's still like it's a Halloween creepy thing. Like that's the point. Like,
I don't think that's what she was going for.
Yeah. We were supposed to be like a PKA marionette show. Is going to make the mouths move. Some features were not implemented, and the mouth on this guy is it's like a minstrel show or something. Like, it's really terrible.
I like it. I think it's funny.
I feel bad about it. Like,
oh, who cares? Kyle certainly doesn't. Kyle, you know you're a beautiful man.
Oh, that's not why. This depiction of me is not offensive in any way, except to people of color.
Yeah, everyone knows this. This is
this
is her best effort.
I look pretty
Jackie's
dang
best
good.
effort.
Jackie's best effort.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Third Reich Productions.
It's so bad. I feel terrible. We were supposed to be puppet. I was like,
She's got a KK can-do attitude.
I had like, I was supposed to be able to control him.
Yeah. Look at you dangling there, boy.
Yeah.
I got your ear, boy.
Don't you ever speak to a white woman in public again.
Jesus Christ.
Ears
Yeah.
hurt so much.
Yeah.
Your ears, like this, like the top part of this is so, like this part. I wish I'd kept the fucking placard that shows how big this is supposed to be on someone's head. Because for me, I look like I'm wearing a yarmulke, like with this thing. When it was like the guy in the thing, like had his, prayer and cross held, and it was like all the way down, like very, very far down. No, very quickly realized I should have tried this on in the store, but I'm sure someone else already did, which is why I'm gonna have lice. See, Kyle, you should have just got a regular headphone bud for this episode.
I should have, but I just bought these. My my Astros quit working, so these are the audio, the MX something.
M50s maybe?
Yeah,
That's
the ATH M50X, the red and gold edition. I like
They
them.
look very fancy.
They're highly regarded as outperforming their price point, and they've just had a good reputation for a long time.
Yeah, I asked a few people, and Chiz and a couple other guys recommended them highly. There were some guys who were saying I wanted an open back headphone because the sound stage was so nice. But it's like I'm not a DJ. I'm not like mixing any hot beats over here. So I want a closed back headphone headset.
PKA 462 with our guest Joker.
Like the Joker. You look great. Did you do that face painting yourself?
I did.
I'm proud of you.
I like the cigarette.
Oh.
Cigarette.
Oh, and on the cool new lighter.
That's pretty. Kyle, I'm really impressed. I like it.
Yeah.
Because comic book villains and heroes and all that shit, when you think about it, it's like, this is so unrealistic. This would never happen. Nobody would ever dress as a bat and fight fucking crime.
Yeah.
But with the Joker, you're like, if all of that stuff happened to a person like that, he might become the Joker. He has such a horrible time throughout the movie. Yeah. Oh, I won't give anything away. I'm
going to go tomorrow morning.
What's more Joker than spoiling the movie?
Part of my
It turns
motivation
out at the end, it was all a dream.
How dumb would that be? I hate those movies. And
I
shows.
hate those movies. There are people who think that is the case with the Joker movie. I take it back. They did give me an enormous amount of money to make content. So.
Did you make it?
Ooh, very Joker-esque. They gave me money to shoot guns, and I didn't even do it.
They couldn't insure it. Like they gave me like $175,000 cash, and but then they were like, "Oh shit, we can't get this insured." And I was like, "I already spent all the money." So
for me, it's so vivid. But for someone like you who has been in the industry and knows about it, but doesn't pay attention. Like I didn't know that Kyle was in prison for 2 months. For what?
Oh, lots of great
Can
stories.
we ask? We're not in jail. That's only you're not allowed to ask what you're in for if you're in, right?
iTunes, because it helps us out, Lewis. And
interesting, right? I was thinking getting back to it. So I've been streaming a little bit lately, and
that's the fourth one, bro.
The Joker smokes a lot in the movie. That ain't a spoiler either.
This guy had
I didn't want to be on the bench that I put myself in.
But yeah. Prostitution should definitely be legal.
What did you poke? Is that face paint irritating your eyes?
Yes, very much so.
They look red. Can you get closer to the camera?
Yeah, because it's not. That's not from the Mary Jane.
No.
Because you don't do that no more.
No, they drug test me pretty regularly, but the face paint is getting into my eyeballs.
3 weeks or something like that.
I'm incapable.
You can't. Retard.
Is this camera fucked up anywhere else?
Yeah.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
It's you.
No,
It
your
flickered for a
camera is.
moment.
Your camera's a little Joker-esque right now for me.
Yeah, man.
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're really going for it, huh?
Society. I want to talk about these costumes. All right, so we've got a Mexican banana who showed up randomly.
And
Hilarious.
let it be known that Hex didn't know we were dressing up. He showed up, saw us, and goes, "Oh, I wish I knew you got." Wait, and he sprinted away and came back with a banana sombrero hat. And so
I did.
Big ups to Hex.
We have Taylor.
Kyle, you're obviously Pennywise.
Well, hang on. let me get this mask off because it is just so hot.
I like it.
I knew it. Pennywise.
Wait, are you the
no,
Joker?
the Joker. Yeah.
Did you really think he was Pennywise, or was that a gag?
No, I'm not that retarded.
Okay.
Make me a bicycle clown.
Yeah.
Why do I have boobs?
I don't
There you
know.
go.
I don't know. The Joker, you look great. Did you do that face painting yourself?
I did.
I'm proud of
I
you.
like the cigarette.
Oh.
Cigarette.
Oh, and on the cool new lighter.
That's pretty. Kyle, I'm really impressed. I like it.
Yeah, I really like that.
You did
And I
really
like how
great.
next week, Kyle's gonna be like, I don't think I got my fill of the Joker. I'm gonna smoke on the show again.
Yeah.
Taylor,
Wow.
you're don't know man.
I am
man.
the Riddler, who I did not know was such a traditionally thin character because this is really tight in all of the wrong places. But it's all of the $75 I spent on this getup went into this cane. I could wrap somebody on the head with this and actually do a little bit of damage. The rest of this, absolute trash. The cummerbund I'm wearing, I already had to tape together.
Oh, we can't see it. Stand up.
No, because my dick is like totally visible in the left pant leg of this very too small lower body.
I don't believe you.
Well, YouTube censors would. So we need to abide by that. And then Woody is
I went
Dark
for
Hair Man.
I did Superboy. So I had that. Here was my concern. Ever see those jerks who show up at a costume party with the "This is my costume" shirt? And it's just too low effort. If you're going to an area where costumes are appropriate, wear a costume. So this is what I'm going for in my costume. You guys see it in the chat. And this is what I look like. I've got the pants.
I'm glad he didn't go low effort.
I even
buy
did
those
some
pants from a specialty store.
I got them from Amazon. Buying clothes online is very tricky. I dyed my hair. I did everything I could so that this wasn't like the "This is my costume" t-shirt. But this is what
I've
Superboy
yellowed my
looks like.
teeth. You know how long this took?
You yellowed your teeth? I can't.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh wait, I clicked the wrong thing. If this is your costume, that is the best. I think I did all right.
You did. It's excellent.
This used to be Scumpy's get up from last year. He left it here at the studio, so I just saw it like 2 days ago, and I'm like, I ran back there and grabbed it. Got the nice little banana, chiquito banana.
Ooh,
Wait,
nice.
bigito banana.
I was disappointed when pre-show I asked Woody and Kyle, so what power does the Riddler's staff hold? And they're like, it's just kind of a cane.
I think I've seen him bang that staff on the ground and escape in a puff of smoke several times.
Oh, I think real canes do that. if you want to buy them, right? You want a puff of smoke cane? I was hoping like you could tap somebody and they're just befuddled by whatever you just asked them.
But if
because you hit them with a cane.
that is pretty cool, actually. But yeah, most of Batman's nemesis. Okay, they're pretty weak shit too, just like Batman.
Nemesis.
Well, anyway, everybody looks good.
Thank you.
And Kyle, I love the commitment with the hair.
Thank
It
you.
looks great. The only thing that would make it better is if it were a little longer and it was
I have hair extensions. I didn't have time to put them in.
My wife dyed my hair. It's like a spray can, like a Halloween can of dye.
Wait, so what color is your hair usually?
It's just dude, I get it. It's like one notch darker. But Superboy's hair is this color. It's black. Mine's brown.
Wait, so you weren't making a joke. This is really a
I
costume.
actually dyed my hair, yeah. For this.
Well, it's not
really?
low effort at all.
I put more effort into it just so it would be higher effort. That was like the idea behind it.
I once went into work when I was in the mortgage industry. I once went into work at a costume party with girls just like plastered all over me. I was a chick magnet.
I like it.
Oh,
Well, my wife dyed my hair and she was like digging it. She's like, This is cool. We should do this tomorrow morning, is what her line was. So
she wants you to have that soy sauce hair, but won't let you have a cool ass beard.
Superboy doesn't have a beard. I shaved an hour ago.
You can't wear a beard?
No, that's like the meme on the joke. But it is true that my wife doesn't like it, but I don't like it either. After it gets to a length, it gets itchy. And even before it gets itchy, I can't lay on my belly because it gets like, I don't know, I get like a rash on my chin if I put it on a pillow or something.
All you got to do is fight through that critical mass where it's long enough, and you'd be fine.
And then I'd look 55 too. You guys always push for the beard, and then the audience pushes for the beard, and it's like, fucking beard. I don't want to have a beard.
Like,
I knew what it looked like an hour ago. I had a beard, but Superboy does not have a gray beard.
Can somebody screenshot what's going on right now, and then superimpose some thing, and then tweet him at me, please? I want to see what he looks like with it. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. No, look straight to the camera. There you go. All right, tweet that at me. I want to know what it looks like with a beard. Give me all kinds of beards.
It's distinguished. Kyle, I noticed the mouth is very wide. And are you also laughing different this show? Because I don't know how that I don't know how well that's gonna age 3 hours in.
That's fine.
Yeah. So anyway,
dude, you're enjoying that match.
I am. I'm very excited. I'm not taking
looking at yourself.
I'm not taking this off. This is staying on. The UPS man was terrified. He knocked on the door, and I immediately I ripped it open. I knew he was about to ring the doorbell with my hair extensions, and I was just like, "Hi," and he was like,
Did you answer it like that? Hello.
No, I literally went, "Hi," and he was not amused at all. He was like, "Fuck." That's
going to go in your permanent record.
So I see you got the whole thing. You have the suit, you have a vest, you have a silk shirt, and an undershirt that is black. You couldn't even find a V-colored one, a V-colored neck, a V-neck thing.
The Joker isn't concerned with minor things like matching.
Oh, actually, I meant to button.
Dogging your
it is
costume, Kyle. Your costume is like 100, and he's like, was there extra credit available?
It's the yellow vest underneath that's completing it for me.
I got the pants too.
Uh-oh. Are they purple?
How much was that, Kyle?
Is that
I assume you found a Joker costume you could buy. How much was it?
$75, $80 for the suit. And then 25 or 30 for the makeup, and then some hair, and
dude, I would have priced it higher. It looks really good.
I would have too.
Yeah.
How much did you pay one of those YouTube makeup artists to do that for you? Did Jeffree Star come down to where you're at and put that on you?
No, I definitely did it myself. It was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed putting it on. It was a lot of fun.
I would like to know how long it's going to take you to take it off once it's taken off.
Everybody complains about that. I figure I get in the shower with a big soapy rag and just go to town, and it's gone. And
it'll be fine. In the movie, it doesn't take much time at all.
Yeah, it just comes right off.
Haven't seen it. Please don't ruin it.
Oh,
very good movie.
Well, now he knows the makeup doesn't take long to remove. Taylor, I hope you're proud of yourself.
God damn it! Now I probably won't watch it now.
I'm not gonna see it. I know the duration of makeup removal. Fuck.
Yeah. Taylor and I loved it. Woody thought it was a little one note for him. But it's really good. I think. It's once you watch it, you're like, because comic book villains and heroes and all that shit. When you think about it, it's like, this is so unrealistic. This would never happen. Nobody would ever dress as a bat and fight fucking crime.
Yeah.
But with the Joker, you're like, if all of that stuff happened to a person like that, he might become the Joker. He has such a horrible time throughout the movie. Yeah. Oh, I won't give anything away. I'm
going to go tomorrow morning. I'm going to wake up early. First show. There's a theater. I can walk to it. 3-minute walk, and I'll be there. So I'm going.
Part of my motivation
Kyle, what's more Joker than spoiling the movie?
Part of my motivation.
Turns out at the end, it was all a dream.
How dumb would that be? I hate those movies.
I hate those movies. There are people who think that is the case with the Joker movie, that it's all a dream.
I know.
And those people are called. Oh, I don't want to use that word. That's a bad word. They're called brothers.
Oh, Jesus. That's not the word I thought you were thinking of. I was like, he's a little shy for the R word, but okay.
Kyle's gonna be in full Joker mode. I'm gonna say it.
So Hex,
yes.
I'm maybe you know, maybe you don't. But I was in prison for 2 months.
3 hours later.
Thanks.
I can't get over fucking Kyle's costume
I
and
appreciate
imagining him right after we're done, just taking those off and having to go wash it all off. Actually, you know what? See how long it lasts.
I'm very excited.
I want to see what it looks like on Tuesday.
I'm very excited to get in the shower and just close my eyes with a big soapy rag and just scrub.
Yeah, lots of soap. Sorry.
So much soap. The
soap.
hair,
Yes.
the spray that I used has turned my hair to this sort of solid mass. I bet it makes noise. Let me do this. Like it's crispy.
Sounds like the top of a pool table.
Yeah, it feels like the top of a pool
Looks
table.
like
It
the top
looks
of a
like
pool
it.
table.
Yeah. I was so worried because I went to first I went to a CVS pharmacy. They did not have the spray-on stuff. Then I went to the dollar store. They did not have it. Then I went to Walmart. All they had was 7 to 10 day hair dye. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's gonna be an interesting week, I guess. And I happened to see a Walmart employee and I was like, hey, do you have that spray-on stuff in green? And she's like, no, we don't, but Sally does. And I'm just like,
Sally did.
I'm like, what? Sally got it. And I'm like, the salad section? Like you've got it where the salad is? And she's like, no, Sally got it. It's right over there. And I'm just like, is it another store? She's like, yeah, Sally. And I'm just like, okay. She's like, right next door. And so I drive out of the Walmart parking lot to an adjoining lot that's over there. And there's like a GameStop. And I'm just looking at the signs. I'm like, GameStop, Supercuts, fucking Chinese restaurant, Sally's Cosmetics.
Man,
and I'm like,
Sally does.
Sally did. Oh, it's Sally.
Yeah, you looking for my man Sally. You looking for Sally.
And sure enough, Sally's had a can of this shit left, and I did not have to dye my hair for a whole fucking 7 to 10 days, but I was gonna.
You know how to get it out?
Shampoo.
Oh,
Yeah,
the instructions on my can said to brush it out and then shampoo it.
if I tried to brush this, it would pull all the fucking hair out of my head. It is
that
solid.
bad? Mine's
Yeah, it looks solid.
Yeah, it looks. I am almost positive I should have washed this before I put it on because I am so itchy and my face is. My face has left the itchy phase. It's burning a little now. And so I think I'm going to have some sort of thing. This is definitely all made of Chinese asbestos.
I thought Superboy was going to be a Superman costume, right? Because I didn't know any better. Now you Google it, and this is what it looks like. So
yeah, I got a feeling you used a little bit less of the spray than I did.
I might have. Going
did
from
you use
brown
an
to
entire
black.
can?
I don't know. Jackie did it.
You
held up a paper and like sprayed it and around the ears and stuff like that.
Yeah, I used an entire can. This is 3 different coats because it's harder to turn brown to green than it is brown to black.
I did 2 coats, but yeah,
it is absolutely crispy. It feels like
cum crust.
I don't even know how to describe it. It's very
We can
dense.
see it. We can see it.
Yeah, it's
my hair is in place. That's what I like. Every hair is in place, Kyle. What you what you have is exactly what you were going for.
It ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
It's there. I'm really looking forward to getting it the fuck off though. I painted my bottom eyelids and like all the way up to like maybe if you've seen a lady put on cosmetics, how they do that thing when they do the eyeliner. I put the bottom on like eyeliner, and my hands were super steady today, and I was just like, "Oh man, I'm
today.
I got this."
One of my good days.
It's like that fucking scene from Blazing Saddles where they're sitting in the jailhouse, and he goes, "You was the kid," and he's like, "I used to be." He's like, "You see this?" The guy goes, "Yeah, steady as a rock." He goes, "Yeah, but this is my shooting hand. Yeah, I'd never done anything like this before, but I'm glad I did. It was a lot of fun, honestly, putting the makeup on and seeing it come together. I watched a few tutorials on the internet of people who are much more talented than I am, because I have no talent at this sort of thing. But it's fairly fucking simple.
I love our Halloween episodes.
Yeah, me too.
Silly little costumes. I love it. Like I've said before, every single year I'm like, oh, this is the year that I'll buy a $70 or $80 costume offline, and it won't be Chinese asbestos, and it always is.
Wait till next year. I have big plans.
Yes.
This is your biggest costume yet, I think, right? Like
probably so. I want
to say sometimes you just dive into the archives and pull out like a Gumby.
Yeah, there was one year where I just dressed as like 8 different things, and it kept changing. Every time I'd get up to piss, I would become a different thing. But next year we're definitely going out all out. This probably cost me $100, but next year probably is going to cost closer to $750. I have a very interesting idea in mind that I won't forget.
Can't wait till next year.
I've got so many funny ideas for costumes. But then you read YouTube's terms of service. And you're not allowed to do all of my ideas.
I love that your cock is showing it, because apparently there are like green skin tight pants too for this thing.
Yeah, it was like I bought the extra large one, and my thighs are entirely filling it up. Crotch, stomach, everything below camera, just full to the brim of me
Taylor.
Looking fat as fuck.
Yeah, this is Chinese.
So what is everyone for Halloween? Kyle, you look to be a demon.
Yeah, I went with the devil, and one small oversight is that this is very echoey, and you can't hear me for shit. So this mask is going to come off very soon, and also carbon monoxide poisoning, because there is no ventilation.
Can you smell your own breath?
Yeah, but I use Smart Mouth, so it's just minty fresh.
It's right into that one.
It's delicious in there.
But the problem is it's all carbon dioxide, and I'm getting really dizzy.
Okay. And Blame Truth, you are, of course, a fish.
I am the hipster from the Black Lagoon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I see. I get it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Woody appears to be gay.
From Reno 911, Kyle, what's the dude's name?
Lieutenant Dangle.
Lieutenant Dangle. I've got the shorts on. Maybe I'll get up, get a coffee or something, and give you guys quite the treat. But they're tight shorts. Really tight.
I know. I like how when I asked before the show, I'm like, Woody, please, you did the shorts, and you were like, as though, yeah, of course. Like that's what began this idea, the shorts.
My chat kept leading me down these dangerous roads involving blackface, Adolf Hitler mustaches, and more. But
if you do blackface with a Hitler mustache, it's just a Jordan.
Who's Jordan?
Michael Jordan. He rocked the Hitler mustache for a bit.
Michael Jordan
Do you think? Okay.
Yeah. Looks a lot more palatable on a black guy, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
A lot easier to get away with.
And Taylor, you are?
I am a squirrel.
You're a squirrel. Where is your tail in the shot?
No, it's hard to, but it's there.
Wow.
I like it.
This is a $90 squirrel costume. And it's one size fits all. My ass is falling apart already. It's going to be a nice sweaty episode. So, and I can't read with these fucking teeth.
I want you to be like those women with the wedding dress. Like, if you think I paid all this money to wear it once, you're crazy. Hello, Walmart.
Oh, I'm absolutely going to stream in this tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. And then there's Saturday, right?
Yep. Drive it into the ground. This will smell horrible by Saturday. No, it'll be retired by then. So
this mustache appears to have like 15 minutes of stickiness in it, but I have 2 more. So we'll see how this works out.
So Kyle, you also have a cloak.
Yeah, I was, hang on.
Yeah, that's just awful.
It's just awful.
See, now you're a Jedi. Easy peasy.
One sec.
What did you have wireless earbuds? Oh, he's probably fixing his audio now.
Yeah.
Changing the
I thought they looked wired to me. I've got a wired one.
I was gonna go with the white cloak, but that's a completely different costume.
That is. Yeah. That's also more palatable in black.
Yeah.
So.
Much more palatable in black.
Going as
so it's Halloween season. What's everybody doing? I know, Blame Truth, you're a huge horror fan.
Yes.
Right? You've got a whole room of your house just for horror movies, right?
Yes. I have an addiction. And this is the time of the year where I get to just fucking live that out, you know? So, good shit. Yeah.
What are you starting with?
On Halloween day, I'm going to try to do all the Hellraisers. Every single one of them. I hear they're fucking garbage after like 2, so I might check
they're
out.
They're not great, but it's
You've
a movie
never
about a
seen
guy
them?
with nails in his head. Yeah,
I haven't seen them. I've seen one. I've seen Hellraiser 1, and that's it. I stopped there because it's like supposedly the best. So
yeah, it is the best. It is the best. Yeah, they get really crazy after the second one.
They do get absurd.
They don't really
it sounds like I'm yelling in a padded room because there's it's so thick. It's so hot.
Yeah, you look like you're gonna dehydrate by like hour 2. Honestly,
no, it's okay. I got mineral water to keep me going.
God, I love Woody's costume. Thank you.
I know. I'm hoping he has to pee soon so I can see his tight little ass.
I feel like I can't smile or I'll lose the mustache, but we'll do our best.
Okay.
You draw it back on. That'll fix it.
Ooh, genius.
I'm sure she has some mascara.
Woody, can you grow a real mustache?
Yeah, it's pretty gray, but I grow a pretty solid beard.
Maybe next year you can just like, you know.
Takes a lot of planning, right? Like 3-4 weeks to grow a proper dangle mustache.
Oh yeah, at least.
Like
no.
You think? I don't know.
3-4 weeks, yeah.
Maybe 2. Well, in 2 it'd be thick, but it wouldn't be long. Like
I don't even remember. I thought Lieutenant Dangle had a really thin, silly mustache.
I think it's just
Maybe
like this. I looked at it.
No.
I had 3 mustaches to choose from, and this is the closest. I Googled it.
Google him. So where did you go for the costume? Did you get Amazon?
I picked it out on stream. Like we all agreed and we held a poll and we decided to go with the dangle costume, and it's pretty good. You got to see me waist down. But then they wanted me to go as 6'9", and I'm pretty sure that was just another blackface play with all the tattoos and trying to avoid bad decisions.
Yeah. I mean, to be clear, if you had shown up in blackface, we would have asked that you change before we started.
Well, Taylor would have.
Yeah.
Welcome to the final episode of PKA. To the last episode of, we have a Patreon. Yeah,
we could all wear blackface and then it would be fine.
Would it?
I don't think
that's how that works.
Oh, okay.
So more than dividing by 0. Yeah, you just see if everyone's in blackface. It's like it's an I Am Spartacus moment. Who will they cancel if we all wear black?
They can't get all 4 of us.
I mean, it's not the craziest plan I've ever heard in my life. You know, we can cancel. I of course won't do it. It'll mess with my makeup.
Yeah, I'll be going into orange face.
Yeah, going into orange face again.
Yeah, my old pair still works, and I can with these I can take a dump and listen to horror movie, women screaming and shit, and it's great. Like,
sure, that's a horror movie.
I mean, Reddit, Ask Women Reddit horror movie.
Yeah,
same thing.
I'm not doing anything for Halloween. I'm going to turn all the lights off outside. I don't want anyone fucking coming to my door. I don't.
You're not even going to leave like a bowl of candy outside?
No. Absolutely not. No. I don't want anyone. I'm in a neighborhood too, but I don't want anyone coming to my home. If I had candy, I wouldn't give it to you, but I don't have candy. Like, get out of here. Children wanting candy coming to your house. I hate the whole premise of Halloween.
I like it. I like the kids. I like the happy little kids stopping by. I like making them happy by giving them candy, but I don't get that. You can't have it. The first couple of years, look, we have a long driveway, and if you stand in our driveway, our house looks nice. So I'm like, we can't have bad candy. We have to give out full-size bars. But I was prepared to be that house. There's the house that's a lot of work, but you get good shit. Hell, I don't know, 2 full-size bars, like whatever, like cool. And no one came. No one came for years. 2-3 years, nobody came.
But he had so many Snickers bars laying around.
Dude, so many. And like I said, full size. Like we were ready to make it worth it. We were like, we need to develop a reputation as that house that gives dope candy out. And now we just turn the lights off. Look, I'm not going to buy like $40 worth of candy for 0 people to show up.
Did this happen in the past few years, or was it just like when you first moved?
We moved here like 5 years ago. We gave up 2 years ago.
I would get I live in a neighborhood, and I would get I don't know, I think 6 or 7, 8 groups of trick-or-treaters, every Halloween. And last year I went all out. I got the fucking foam tombstones and shit, 2 pumpkins, 2 jack-o'-lanterns, skulls, all kinds of shit. Got the best candy. I dressed up as fucking Jason.
I'm liking it.
I'm like 5'8", so it's like, midget Jason, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready, and no one came last year. Not a single fucking kid, and I have no idea why. No clue why. So this year it's extra depressing because even if COVID wasn't a thing, they wouldn't probably come. So I think it's just dying out. I don't know. It feels like it is, at least.
If people are taking their children out trick or treating this year, they are just wildly irresponsible. Can you imagine taking your child out to trick or treat this year and he's not wearing a biohazard mask?
Yeah,
that's the move. You go in full bio gear.
Kyle, I feel like I don't want to go back to every Trump supporter thinks you're wrong. It seems nearly everyone is like, this whole thing is a hoax. Why wouldn't I take my kid? What, I'm going to not do Halloween?
Correct. I mean, let's get back to what Halloween's supposed to be about anyway.
Socialism.
We're not going out tonight, kids, because guess what? There's a deadly virus out there. And you know what'll happen if you get it? You'll give it to grandma, and grandma will die. Grandma will die, and grandpa will die. And you know what else? Auntie Jane with the asthma, who gives you all the best Christmas gifts, she's going to die too. Everyone you love might die. Daddy's got a heart problem. He'll probably die too. What if, and who knows? Then you're just left with me. And you know how this world is. You know how it is. Maybe I die and you get adopted by a family that molests you. Is that what you want? You want to get fucked? And they're sobbing at this point. They don't.
Also, they could have candy.
They don't candy anymore. Then you make them some candy apples, right? And everybody's happy.
Yeah.
Taylor, if you had kids, would you take them out for Halloween this year?
Yeah.
See?
Big awkward pause is the best part. Yes.
Just put them in a scream mask. It's fine.
You want to know how you can get right on the Ask Women subreddit? My husband thinks it's appropriate to take our kids out trick-or-treating this year. I'm so afraid for them and their futures. And I just don't even know how to express how it makes me feel. I feel so frustrated. It's like he's talking down to me when he tells me their kids that they should be able to go out for Halloween. I'm thinking about their futures.
Post with the most callbacks and references to the show that makes it through.
Oh man, that's
that
really
ass bitches subreddit is going to rue the day.
You take young children door to door in groups to take candy from strangers.
It's like Johnny Appleseed, but with viruses.
Yeah, no, but to keep them safe, I'd eat all the candy. Obviously,
science.
But you take children trick or treating?
I mean, it depends how big the groups are. They don't know. The going up someone's door probably isn't a good idea. Yeah.
And digging and reaching into a basket of candy that every other child has reached into.
It's very germy. Yeah.
Mm. Oh, trick-or-treating was so much fun as a kid.
Counterpoint.
Yeah. What's your answer to that argument?
My answer to that is that I would just go buy a bunch of candy for my kids, and we'd have like an Easter kind of thing where I just hid the candy around the house and they'd go look for it, and they'd like that so much more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you want to go outside with the other kids in all your costumes together and then fuck around and play games. And
all right. You know? If I had kids, I would just put candy in a field and just release them into the field. And
I would fire gobstoppers at them, slingshot.
For Easter? Jackie makes me put baby powder on my feet, and I leave rabbit trails around.
Oh,
yeah, it explains how.
You don't
candy.
need little spherical shits.
Right. And we take raisinets and scatter around.
all over the floor.
You're rolling up little round turds. God, I hope the kids appreciate this when they're older.
You know, honey,
little milk duds of poop everywhere.
Well, one turd from Ender gets me like 130 rabbit turds.
Oh.
But the kids are going to remember which house actually smelled like a rabbit cage. Enjoy that.
I don't know where the idea of the Easter Bunny even came from. That's got to be like a candy company's invention, right?
Makes no sense, right? I mean, like this idea that a bunny leaves chocolate bunnies that you can eat and candy, and it lays a rabbit that lays eggs, and the whole thing doesn't make any sense.
And it sounds like a fucking Led Zeppelin song.
I gotta Google. I gotta know where this came from.
Ask women.
Yeah,
there is no way those bitches have any idea the history of Easter. Why we celebrate with delicious seasonal Reese's eggs, which are just late, repackaged Reese's trees that are a little malformed. But those are great.
They just reshape them. Yeah.
All right, I was wrong. According to some sources, the Easter Bunny first arrived in America in the 1700s with German immigrants who settled in Pennsylvania and transported their tradition of an egg-laying hare called Osterhaus or Osterhaus. Their children would make nests in which this creature could lay its colored eggs.
I mean, that sounds pretty fun. Yeah.
I like it. But I wonder how it got to chocolate.
Yeah.
Well, hard-boiled eggs weren't quite the treat that they once were.
Oh my goodness, it's time for Osterhaus to give us boiled eggs again. Time of year where I get 3 boiled eggs for supper because of Osterhaus.
I imagine where it came out.
Children, or he will visit you in the night and take your sons.
I imagine it like Santa Claus, where they're just like waiting by the fireplace and fucking boiled eggs just start coming down the chimney and splattering.
Sounds like shit.
Yeah.
You smell that, children? Osterhausen was here last night. They have an Osterhausen song? I'm sure they do.
I'm gonna Google traditional Easter song. German Easter song.
Osterhaus, whatever the fuck you said, because otherwise it'll come up with like church hymns and shit. Well, I guess not hymns. Hymns predate the Osterhaus and the eggs, I suppose.
No idea.
Do you think Jesus would have been like, fuck this, if he saw what happened?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, what happened on Easter? Did he come back to life?
He came back to life, yeah.
He's playing second fiddle.
To the fucking chocolate bunny.
I mean, that's where he missed out. If the church would have made it if they would have made the Jesus side of it more chocolatey, they would have cornered that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't think those people knew what chocolate was at the time. That was
No, I'm saying that so basically the Germans get here and they're like, oh, you do this what? Well, we do Osterhausen and we do chocolate eggs. Like the Christians should, if they're smart, like boom, immediately we're making chocolate crucifixes, we're making chocolate Jesuses, we're making chocolate Moseses. Like we're going to get on the chocolate bandwagon. We're not going to let them steal our market share of Easter because they've lost that battle roundly. When I think of Easter at this point, or you walk into a CVS or whatever, you don't see Jesus, you see eggs.
Yeah.
You know?
They got to get that market share back.
Also, I bet it's easier to make a mold of a chocolate egg than a chocolate Christ on the crucifix.
So much easier.
Yeah. Because I'm not eating like a lazy Jesus. I need to be able to see lat definition, chest stripe. Like, he's dehydrated at the end there. So he's looking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I want to see those gaunt cheekbones in my chocolate.
Yes.
Yeah, he's all ripped up.
Mm-hmm.
I know he died for my sins.
I thought to myself, if I was on the Dick Masterson show, you know how they do you do a rant, right? Yeah. I haven't heard any of the other rants, so I don't really know how the format works, but what if I did 5 or 6 paragraphs on what a bitch Jesus was? How dude, what do you Jesus had a bad weekend at worst. right? What do you have? Holes in his palms? In my lifetime, I have had a complete hemorrhoidectomy and torsion testicle surgery. I would trade either one of them for some nails in the palms, right? Nails in the palms is bitch made death, dude. That's easy. That's easy peasy. Guy had a bad weekend. My mother-in-law died of cancer over the course of 2 years. You think she wouldn't trade that for Jesus weekend? Jesus weekend's easy. What?
It's hell. It was like,
well, the thing is, I didn't know that. And that's
part
of the rip.
There was also that beating with the cat's nine tails thing.
That's horseshit.
Cat of nine tails.
Yeah. No, that sounds like a typical Woody spilled milk again type thing. Or
I think they break bones.
No way.
Hold on, I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, no,
I think they break bones. I think got like little bits of bone tied into it, so it shreds you.
Yeah, it's like
they pierced his side with. They pierced his rib with the lance.
I swear to God, if Jesus was hit with a collection of snow scrapers, they would have made at least a big a deal out of that, right? If Jesus was beaten with a high-heeled shoe, they'd have said, "Oh, Jesus had it rough," you know, like stop crying me.
For those of you who aren't getting these references, those are some of the beatings that Woody took from his mother.
Right?
He was beaten with a high-heeled shoe once, and again with an ice scraper.
Yeah.
Woody's mom took 5 ice scrapers and made them 5,000.
they were rubber band together, and I think it was 12. Anyway, so yeah, you know, like I don't see fucking Woody's rise from childhood as a holiday people get off for, but it should be.
It was the crown of thorns as well.
A crown of thorns. That's a big deal.
That's the least
and when he was
one.
thirsty, they offered him vinegar.
Yeah.
Oh, he got something.
They suck on this sponge with vinegar on it. Oh, yum.
Yeah. I, on the other hand, wasn't allowed inside anymore. So, anyway, I think that's much ado about nothing. Jesus had it easy, and that would be my rant on the Dick Show. But more
it's a hot take.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know how well that rant would. I did really well ranting about how stupid pumpkin patches are and how only women like them. That was really good on board for a while. I've done his show twice.
2 hangouts ago, we had a guy, Choco Thunder. His name's Dan, and he got pulled out of the hangout by his girlfriend to go apple picking. And he's like, "Black people don't go apple picking. This isn't a black people thing." Then he went and he loved apple picking. It was fucking awesome. There was like little old ladies who didn't have the vertical leap to get the apples off the top of the trees. Motherfuckers got pictures of him like skying apples out of the middle of the tree and stuff.
He's like in the Jordan pose, he's like flying through the air,
just grabbing apples
out of
from
trees
mid-tree. I think he enjoyed apple picking, and I enjoyed the story. Jackie wants me to keep this suit on.
All right. Did it come with handcuffs?
No.
Oh, I wish you were wearing a real
I like
gun
the way
now.
you're thinking. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even think I do have real guns around.
Yeah.
I could have grabbed something.
Just be playing with it.
I don't think that any of those threads are going to get through.
It didn't come with a mustache or sunglasses. I'm glad I ordered in time to realize that.
You fucking nailed it. I love it. The only thing that would make it like more perfect is if your hair were blonde, but I'm not being picky. You nailed it. It's great.
We can do mustache number 3.
No, that one's hanging in there pretty well. Maybe on your end, you don't think it looks like it's hanging in there, but it looks fine to me.
Just going for variety. This is number 2. I don't know.
Oh,
if you
they're
noticed the
different.
swap.
Just itchy.
Hold on, I have to take off the sticky backing. We can go a little bigger.
Nice.
I hope it's a Wyatt Earp.
Or a Fu Manchu. There we go.
Yep.
Oh, it kind of glued
like
my mouth together. All right. Goes past the bottom lip.
Not quite as wide as your mouth.
Well, it's
and so you look like an action figure with biting action.
Dude, he's a cop vampire now. It's a double costume. Look at that.
Press Lieutenant Daniel's back and he opens his mouth.
Kind of like a nutcracker. Like a little bit.
A marionette puppet.
I always wanted weird fucking toys as a kid. Like I always had these odd requests. And one year, for some reason, I wanted a nutcracker.
Why?
I don't know why. I think I saw it in like some sort of like Christmas program. They had like one of those real nutcrackers, you know, the wooden doll that you put the nut in its mouth and you fucking crack it. Didn't get it.
Bastards. What did you get?
Disappointment. I don't remember. Probably a fucking rifle or a pistol or something like that. I was 11.
I remember my mom forced me and my brother to get each other presents once when we were young, and I got him. I just was walking around, didn't want to have to go buy him something, and so I just went. We were at Pier 1, me and my mom, and I was like, "Oh, that little fucking clock, perfect. He'll love it." She's like, "Really? Are you just saying that because you want to get it here and not have to go shopping for him, or are you saying it because you really think he'll love the clock?" And I'm like, "He's gonna love it." So I'm like 8, and, so and he opens it up on Christmas, and he's like, "Thanks for the standing clock that you would put up on a mantle that like it looks kind of nice, but no use for." He was what, 6 at the time?
I can't tell time.
There's no way he got something worse than that for me. He got me sticky tack.
He's like, "Thanks. I guess I won't be late for."
What's sticky tack? Like
sticky tack is what you use. You tear off a little piece to put bulletins on a wall.
It's so like a replacement of a thumbtack.
Yep, it's a replacement for a thumbtack, and he got me a big block of silly putty, and that ended up being a way better gift than the clock. Because at least you can fuck around with that and like stick things places you're not supposed to.
Silly putty's pretty cool.
Yeah. Remember, remember what was it, GAC?
GAC.
Oh, I remember GAC. That's where you had a little tub of it and you could push down and it would make
fart.
Pieces.
Yeah.
Good times. Great. You get the Nickelodeon branded GAC. Remember the Nickelodeon branded alarm clock that looked all kooky and crazy with the tubes and everything? Anybody else have that one?
I've seen them, but I didn't have one.
Yeah, I had one. Turns out, not a great alarm clock. When it does go off, it made silly sounds and went like straight to like Nick radio. But but then again, when you're 7, you don't have anywhere to be.
Nick had a radio station? Wait. Nick had radio?
Or whatever, the Radio Disney or whatever the kids' radio was at the time. I don't remember.
I was like, holy shit. I did not know that was a thing if it was.
I'm just now realizing that probably wasn't Nickelodeon radio. It's probably just whatever the kids' station was. I'm replayed by my mom or dad on there. All right. So I guess I was not listening to Nickelodeon radio.
I'm almost positive that it wasn't Nickelodeon radio because that's not a thing.
Nickelodeon radio talks about the Cardinals a lot. God, shut up about Mark McGuire. I want to hear about our guy.
Red Sippy, yeah.
What are you for Halloween?
Oh, I am.
What are you, Kyle?
You are things around the house, man.
Things around the house, man.
But before the show, me and Kyle were in here earlier, and Kyle sees me in my cow outsuit with my slaughterhouse background. He's like, "It's the Halloween episode, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to text someone and have them bring me something." They immediately fall through, and so like 2 minutes before you guys jump in, he's like, "Okay, I can do something." And he's got something. Finds a green wig, sunglasses,
and I've got my apocalypse cloak. Like from Princess Bride.
And Taylor, you are cuddly cow?
Just a cow. Yeah.
Just a cow.
Cow and see his near future in this room.
No, I knew that obviously I knew Halloween was coming up, but because it's kind of awkwardly Thursday kind of falls awkwardly, I thought next week was the Halloween episode until yesterday or the day before or whatever. Tuesday.
Yeah, me too.
And,
Ricky Bobby, I'll take a spin. Hold on.
And then,
nice.
Then, I
Wonder Bread racing outfit.
Just overslept today. Woody made his today too. He's just really
he made it today.
He's just really good.
Yeah, Woody, you made that, didn't you?
Let's go with that.
Yeah. He was slaving over a sewing machine.
Yeah, we start recording at 7 p.m. At 6:30 p.m., both Woody and I realized we didn't have a costume. And Woody just came through a lot better than I did.
No, I bought this early in anticipation of COVID delays. I've had this since I might have got this in August.
He got this months ago. I remember him being like,
and I was
I'm going to order my Halloween costume now. And I was like, just get it the week before, you psychopath. And now
look where that
found
gets
around
you.
the house, man.
Things Around the House Man is a hilarious costume.
Dude, honestly though, like that kind of costume, if you were a kid and you showed up at my house, you're not getting candy.
Oh shit!
There has to be a theme.
Oh, everybody gets candy. That's the secret they don't tell you. When I was like getting to be too cool for costumes, like 9th grade, I went trick or treating as a student, and I just literally took my backpack and used it to carry candy.
That's low.
That's
a lame
that was
costume.
awful. That's worse than Things Found Around the House, man.
It is the worst costume, but I was a student.
As a kid, I know I've said this before, probably previous Halloween episodes, but I remember as a kid hating, like I loved all the free candy, but like the like having to tell a joke. That's good.
You're Billie Eilish. All right.
Billie Eilish.
I'm Billie Eilish. Yeah.
Pre-planned. So I didn't know. Like I remember being like, Halloween's awesome. I love it. I hate the part where you have to tell the people a joke to get your candy. And I thought that was around the entire country that people had to do that. That's just apparently not even a Missouri thing, just in the St. Louis area. And so like I remember like maybe one of you said it. Like you're like, yeah, you didn't tell jokes to get candy. It's like, what? They just gave it to you? Because I remember hating that. You'd like show up to the house that would hand out soda. Oh, now
there
who's
we go.
Are we Top Gun over
Valor?
here?
Oh, okay. He's got the alien Nostromo jacket. Very cool.
Nostromo, yeah.
Ooh, cool.
Wayland Yutani.
I like
Got
it.
The yeah, there it is. Good.
Man, took Anthony a third the time to get a way better costume.
It's a Halloween special. So I fucked up. Girlfriend's wondering, what are you doing wearing a fucking...
For like the 5th year in a row, we haven't told our guest if we're bringing
and we don't address it in the first hour ever either. Just
No, it's just like, yeah, I actually thought that at first. I was like, why the fuck are they dressed like, that? And then, oh yeah, Halloween. I don't really, Halloween. Especially I'm in an apartment now. Who the fuck? It's going to be no trick-or-treaters or anything, so gives a shit.
Kyle, you can't get over your high-effort costume.
I tried so hard, like
Around the house.
He did. The Around the House guy.
Yeah. Things Around the House, man.
That is so funny.
My hours include high stress levels and rummaging through closets.
Yeah, you do look amazing as Billie Eilish, though.
Yeah, it is a pretty good Billie Eilish.
And I like the sunglasses. It's just like, well, this is another thing.
Yeah. I was like, where are my sunglasses? They're
right on the dashboard.
It's just your everyday wear.
I made them.
So is that a cape you're wearing?
Yeah, I've got my apocalypse cloak,
Okay.
Your apocalypse cloak. Who's Apocalypse?
Is that a Princess Bride reference? I had never heard Apocalypse cloak.
Oh, I thought it was a Marvel thing.
Okay. I thought it was red because of the red on the headphones. I couldn't tell, but it's just totally black.
Do you have any big plans to dress up this year, Anthony? I know it's one of your big things.
No, we used to do Halloween parties at my house, and they were thematic. A lot of times we would have everybody come over and dress up, a theme thing. But I'm in a fucking apartment. What am I gonna trick or treat?
So wait, just to be clear, 3 days from now, if I just walk around the neighborhood, everyone gives me candy.
Yeah.
I mean, if I have the costume already.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't they have to? It's like they're contractually bound. Practically.
Not if you're almost a 50-year-old man.
If you act like you're a little off, they'll give you candy.
Off.
Act like I'm not neurotypical and just start.
I think just going up there, people probably would just want to not have a problem, and they just
go up there, start a conversation with them, and then shush them a couple times, and they'll start Starburst in your basket right away.
Yeah.
They'll get
I don't remember that NASCAR guy open carrying. Walking around with a gun.
Open carry is legal here.
It's not brandishing, it's part of my costume. It's an exception on Halloween.
Yeah, I do think I could just walk around in the neighborhood not far from me and get free candy. I don't think they'll judge me by. Well, they will definitely judge me, but they won't not give me candy.
Yeah, you'll be a dinner party topic when you leave if they're like having something.
Right.
Is there something off with him?
Just make it. Imagine a couple's costume like Alec Baldwin and a gunshot victim. Trick-or-treating.
I bet that happens. There's going to be someone dressed like a cowboy, and then somebody else with the clothes on and a gunshot
headset. Right? What was
headset or something.
Gunshot wound.
I mean, it was only like 8 years ago that Halloween was effectively like, what's the most offensive thing I can dress up as? Like, what's the most off-color joke I can make?
I'll never forget being at a girlfriend's friend's Halloween party and the guy showing up as Kanye West. A white man showed up as Kanye West.
Oh, that'll do it.
And he had those plastic sunglasses that don't have like frames. They've just got like plastic and like slices taken out of them or whatever.
Yeah, little louvers.
He was in full blackface.
Oh my god!
And she was as Kim Kardashian with like this ridiculous like tits and ass like thing, also in blackface. And she had, I think maybe
she's not even black.
This girl, but she's darker than this girl.
She's not even black.
You're just taking
Oh my god!
But I don't want to leave him out here by himself. I'll join him.
But I think she had like a little baby or something. She had like a little black baby because I think Kim Kardashian just had a baby at the time, and they were just being super obnoxious. That's the most offensive costume I've ever seen.
It's 25 years ago, but it seemed like every adult woman was Monica Lewinsky in a blue dress.
Oh god, yes.
Yeah.
That
like
was
it.
a big one.
I feel bad for her now. Like at the time, I guess I just wasn't aware that people in the public like that were real people. You know, three-dimensional people with feelings and shit.
They're a fucking joke, right? You're just saying,
Monica. You know, she's
you're not going to hear it. Yeah.
Right. Like I'm sure none of those jokes got back to Monica. She's unaware that the whole world knows about her and her blue dress and whatever. So I was totally insensitive to it. I thought it was the funniest thing ever, and that every time someone wore the blue dress with the stain, but that must have been very hurtful to her.
Yeah,
and she was young. What was she? 20?
Yeah.
Really?
Like, right for the picking.
I mean, Clinton knew how he liked him, young and vulnerable.
He just fucking he's the goddamn president, the most powerful person arguably in the world. And then there's a 20-year-old intern. He fucks around with her, and the guy is still revered and looked at by many people as this amazing guy. It's so fucked up.
He did balance the budget.
It's the economy, stupid. Think
of the .com days.
Stephanopoulos' line.
But now we've learned they all do it.
Oh, Carvel?
Yeah.
Oh, right, Carvel.
The guy
they were all on his campaign.
Speaking of cardio exercises, I am sweating so much in this cow costume.
In the cow
costume. Bet.
It is
I've
so
got the
hot.
AC at 64 in this room.
I got a tank top on under this, and I went to go pee. So when I unzipped my cow, like it's like a different color of sweatiness now from being in here. This probably like came straight from China. Like I'm really itchy everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Asbestos is probably
it
one
could
of the
be.
ingredients.
Maybe I hope I don't get mesothelioma.
COVID-20. Yeah.
I start the new thing. They're suspecting it came from a cheaply bought cow costume from China.
How much was your costume?
$50.
Really? This is like
everything costs $50. Don't you understand? You could have bought 3 axes and 3 throwing knives. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I've got tax deductions for costumes and throwing knives off tonight.
I've got so many costumes that I've never worn other than that. I've got the squirrel costume. I've got an unopened priest over there. I just now noticed. I could have taken advantage of that for this year. Priest will be good next year. Remind me, I'll do that. There's a lot of easy plug and play bits.
They're evergreen.
Bible stories.
Yeah. Bible story. And it was funny. I was like,
resurrect that.
I was walking through, and it's like this was last year when I was grabbing the priest one. I was like, oh, the priest one? That's pretty funny. Oh, the rabbi one is hilarious, though. And I was like,
oh, boy.
Somehow that seems a little more risque than a priest. Thank you for joining us again on Halloween.
Thank you for inviting me on Halloween.
Every year.
It does seem like it's every year. There's a skeleton behind you.
Well, I had to show up something. I see you guys very well dressed. I came here with nothing but,
You found me right away. That ruins the whole thing.
It does. For the audio listeners, which is most of you, Woody is Waldo. He's looking solid, looking good. I love the background. I bet I could, I'm going to be looking for Waldo in that background throughout the show.
I will never find them. These aren't real glasses.
Oh, well, not like you didn't like take somebody else's glasses and you're like looking through a prescription.
No, but they go right through.
There's not even any glasses in them. Kyle appears to be an injured man.
Yes, I'm the victim of a female driver.
Oh no!
Jesus Christ!
What were you doing? Was it your fault too?
No, I was driving properly because...
No, I was just sitting at home.
I was sitting in my chair and right through the living room she came.
And I am Pikachu, you can see, because Ash has chosen me as his battle companion, throwing me out there. I'm a big-ass Pikachu. I'd beat the fuck out of the other Pikachu. Actually, I would lose horribly. I don't actually have electric powers.
No.
I'd be shocked to death.
I'm just me. I got a little bit extra tan right now, but it usually looks the same shade.
Yeah, well, you are more than enough, as the Lord would say.
We were just talking to Hutch, and Hutch was like, you guys have strong hairlines. Heck's got that strong hairline, too.
Yeah.
That's good genetics right there.
Look at that thing.
Hasn't moved a millimeter since he was...
What would be funny is if like all four of us are here with our hairlines and then we like invite Hutch on and make it kind of like an intervention.
Mm-hmm. You start rattling propitious.
Like it's a choice. Like
we all donate a little hair.
Yeah. No, I like
donate
that I like that approach. It's like an intervention. Like we're telling him he needs to stop losing his hair, and we just make it seem as like if he's doing it on purpose, just as if he was doing some random drug. But it's like, Hutch, you got to stop. It's going away. Yeah. Hutch, he brought back the lip ring. Usually around every single new Call of Duty release, I just saw him in one of the Instagram stories, and I'm like, yes, it's there, it's back. Jesus, don't stream.
Yeah.
I like you don't like the lip ring?
Is not a good look.
We were talking about your costume before we kicked things off, and I said it's always. I mean, it gets glossed over, but it's always made me a little bit uncomfortable. This ill-defined relationship between the Pokemon and its master or mistress.
And trainer is the trainer nomenclature. Yeah.
Master's like antiquated. BDSM
I go with Dom.
My Pokemon Dom. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I got into Pokemon, I didn't really see that as part of it. Like even at the age of 7 or 8, when the first Pokemon came out, I was like, there's no way they would turn 10-year-old, because 10 years old is the time you start your Pokemon journey. You get to skip out on school and just go wander the world with dangerous animals. And I was like, there's no way they would just give kids access to flame-breathing dragons and electric mice that could kill people, like short entire cities, electrical grids out. But I didn't have the sexual knowledge or wherewithal to see where people would get creepy with it until I was older. And I remember the Pokemon Jinx, which was a first generation. Pull up Jinx. It's the only Pokemon in the original 151 that is like JYNX, I think is how it's spelled. It's an ice and psychic type Pokemon, but it's like kind of woman looking. And so that is one of those things that if you saw a Pokemon trainer who was like a bit ghastly, a bit ghoulish with a Jinx, you would know, like, look, it's got tits. And so you'd know that they were fucking Jinx, which is totally wrong. You shouldn't be able to have sex with your own Pokemon. Unless you use Woody's rule of having sex with animals, the law of Woody, which is if it can stop you, then it's okay. Because
I stand by that.
The Jinx, psychic type, ice type, she could freeze you up, keep you from doing anything. She could psychically move you away She could stop someone like Brock Lesnar because she's magic.
But she can't because I'm her master, and I'll keep her in that little ball forever if she doesn't suck my dick with them big old dick sucking lips.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say Taylor's someone having sex with this girl.
She wasn't
this
purple
is
before we started.
A blowjob Pokemon.
The Jinx, the blowjob Pokemon.
Get over here, you grimace with tits looking monstrosity.
Yeah. I remember I never caught a Jinx because I was like, this is the dumbest looking Pokemon ever. But I did think like this shows
Joe Rogan
my age.
Fucking hands.
This is the first Pokemon I've ever wanted, Taylor.
This is the only one you've ever wanted. I do remember being at the age where I'm like, man, I'd never have to learn anything in school if I had an Alakazam. You could just psychically do my test.
Look at that Karen Bob wig you're forcing this Pokemon clearly to wear.
Right? It's not even like, yeah, you know what? Okay, fine. You're right, because there's no way it was just born with that dress and the wig. So this is a newer Pokemon.
This is a creep who drew a Pokemon that's more fuckable, but that ain't cool. Does
it have a body?
It looks like it's more of a wisp, like a wispy kind of. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do with this thing. The hand jobs look like shit. There's no mouth and there's no bottom end. What do you do with this Pokemon?
I only see one eye.
Well, yeah, but that's like a style thing. There's no way it just has one eye.
All right, are those two-dimensional drawing?
Are those spikes, or is that like a nose and like the next to her eye? You see, like is she looking up that way?
Yeah. Right. No, you're right. No, you're right. It's not looking up that way. That's definitely spikes. Spikes, another bad thing for sex. You don't want that. Maybe you do.
It depends what you want to do. I mean, I could use a spike.
Yeah. But you're right about the Pokemon Master thing because it's inappropriate.
Yeah,
we should free the Pokemon.
I do want to fuck that chick from Team Rocket. She's hot.
Jessie, you want to fuck Jessie? Dude, I did not understand at all like all the sexual jokes
fucking
about
blasting
Jessie
off
and
again.
James. Yeah, blasting off again. Like in one of the newer seasons. Well, by newer I mean probably came out in 1999. To me, I think it is newer. She had a Pokemon called Lickitung. Pull up Lickitung. And there were a lot of jokes about this would be a Pokemon owned almost exclusively by ladies. So pull up Lickitung, and this was the Pokemon that she was wandering around with all the time in the Pokemon series. Not the original. In the original, obviously, she had an Ekans, which is snake backwards.
I'm really anxious to see this thing.
Yeah, see? There's Lickitung.
Oh, God. And look at the picture he found.
In the cartoon, like this
was in the cartoon.
Frame?
Yes. Yeah, that was in the cartoon. And I remember also thinking Jessie was hot in that little short skirt. And she was running around, always getting dominated by... Wait. Okay, I don't remember it being that explicit.
All right, I'm coming back to this later. You send me a link. This is great.
And then didn't Jessie have a Weeping Bell, which looks like a fleshlight? Or James?
And the Japanese are awful people. Like this is why our culture is the way it is. They've been sneaking this in with Pokemon, and our parents are right. Our parents are right.
They do. My parents couldn't have stopped me from getting into Pokemon at that age. It was my 9/11. That's how big it was. It was my good.
Please
9/11.
explain how Pokemon was your 9/11.
Well, you can also make the argument that 9/11 was my 9/11. But yeah, there was Victory Bell, which he would fuck sometimes, probably.
Ooh.
Well,
what is that thing?
Yeah, it's just a big plant. Well, that's the fully evolved version. It's not as fuckable as Weeping Bell, the prior.
No, you want the little one. That's more like a fleshlight.
Yeah,
you
that's
want
what
the
it would
little one.
be. Yeah, Pokemon was so big when I was in elementary.
It's a meter wide, Woody.
No, don't tell jokes.
It looks like a fucking trash can that at a baseball stadium.
Yeah, I can't believe, God, it sucks. You're only 5 years older than me, but you missed Pokemon entirely.
I'm so happy,
was
dude.
So my jam.
I remember a kid showed me one of those. A kid pulled one of those cards out in 6th grade and showed me that shit, and it was all reflecty, and I was like, no, to stay away from you.
A hollow.
It looks so. I wasn't about it, the trading card game. It's it was so far away from anything I wanted to do.
Well, the Game Boy game was way bigger, and the series. Me and all my friends played the games. We'd on Saturday morning, you'd wake up early and watch the cartoon, see what was going on.
Yeah, my parents didn't buy video games really. I had a couple consoles, but I got like 2 or 3 games, and then that was going to be it. Yeah. I've been looking for horror movies to watch for Halloween because I like to watch scary shit. I like to actually be scared. And it's hard to find stuff that'll do that to me because I don't like gore. It's not that I want to avoid gore. I mean, I got my face is hanging off here, right? But like, I don't want torture porn. I don't want to sit there and watch fingers get chopped off and that not be like the end of the movie. Now, I mean, there's a good movie that I can think of that has fingers getting. What's that?
Midsommar.
Yeah, it was okay. I like Ari Aster. I like the previous.
I didn't know that was a scary movie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's upsetting. It's more of an upsetting movie.
It is a very upsetting movie.
Yeah.
I don't watch like witches and devil shit or ghosts. I don't watch those.
You just don't like them, or they scare you more?
In 1984, let me see when the fucking this movie came out, just to make sure that I'm being accurate. The Exorcist, original. The Exorcist.
Was that, I think 79 though, isn't it? I thought it was older.
1973. In 1984, when I was 4 years old, my aunts, my dad's sisters, put that on and say, "Oh, come watch this fucking movie. It's funny." It wasn't. And since then, I don't watch. Like even looking at it, I can't. It's just like it upsets me.
So you're Catholic, huh?
Nah, I mean, I grew up Catholic. I went to a Catholic school from kindergarten to 6th grade.
Yeah, so that is why that's so impactful to you, and that's why a big part of why it was such a big deal back then. You know, like for a modern audience that might be less religious or even more specifically less Catholic.
Fuck.
Like it's not as impactful, but it scared the shit out of me the first time I saw it.
That's such a good point.
But that's why it works.
Exorcist was scary. I haven't seen it since I was like 14, but it was scary.
Dude,
it spooked me.
The way it's, I've watched a lot of reviews of it and seen a lot of people talk about it, and I agree with this point. It's 2 directors, I think, and one of them's previous work is a lot of documentaries, like medical documentaries and stuff. And so there's that first scene where they exhaust everything that's not fucking made up nonsense. They do what we do with our kid, you know? All right, this doctor, then that doctor, then this specialist, the shrink, the fucking neurologist, the every doctor, every expert, both hospitals, this side of town, that side of town, and the kid's going through those terrible like an ancient MRI that like jiggles your head like a paint mixer or something. Yeah. They're injecting dyes directly into her carotid artery, and she's just like, little pinch here, when they like put a turkey baster up her ass, she's in tremendous pain going through these tests that we as the audience know are useless. We're just watching her be tortured by her own family before the demon can resume its torture, right? And then you finally get to the Exorcist.
God, that shit fucking scared me. Dude, this whole fucking time, I'm like, all right, it's there. And then right now, so you're telling that, I'm like fucking like going back into that scary spot, and I'm like, oh my god.
It is spooky. You set yourself up.
Hex has a glow in the dark skeleton man behind him. And he scared himself somehow with his own prop.
And I didn't want to spook you, Kyle, or interrupt, but there is a bug on the wall behind you.
It's a mosquito. I saw him. He was here earlier, I think.
Oh, that's not a very scary bug. Okay.
No.
That's a big ass mosquito
though. I sent a picture the other day. Chis says it wasn't a mosquito, that thing that attacked me the other day. He said it was like a mosquito egg eating insect, but it had this huge proboscis on its coming out, like a huge one.
Oh, and like a mayfly looking thing?
Big though. Like it must have had a wingspan of 2 inches. And I started recording it because I was shocked at how big it was. It was in my house and it came right at me, like aggressively. It's like, and I hit it with the camera phone while recording the video and down his ass right there, and then zoom in like, you got knocked the fuck out. It's a WhatsApp. You gotta watch my videos.
Well, it gets lost in the mix between I'm like, all right, this is clearly a beheading. Like there's like pieces of a dead guy from.
Oh, look, a fight where one of the participants is a car.
Yeah. You guys, I know Woody's up on the hill over there, far away from prying eyes. But have you put up any Halloween decorations, Taylor?
I have not, but I bought candy today when I was out getting my Pikachu costume. I'm all set up, ready to hand out candy this weekend.
I think I'm gonna do some stuff in the yard. I got a bunch of spider webs and candles, and I got my fog machine, of course. I saw where this guy, I guess they thought that it was Halloween decorations, but it was just a man dead in the yard. And so when they came to cut the grass, they just cut around the dead body and left it laying there all day. And turns out, no, dead guy in North Carolina, China Hill or something was the community. Something China.
How'd he die?
China something. I don't think they figured that out yet. There's, I think natural causes was part of it. It's like a 35-year-old guy. I'm off my memory. I read the article a couple days ago.
35 and just like laying.
Again, I read the article a couple days ago.
I found it. It's in China Grove, and they thought it was a training dummy, but it was an actual body. This article doesn't imply Halloween's in play, but
yeah, that's why they left it there. They thought it was Halloween decoration. So like the guy cut the grass and drove around a dead man because he thought it was one of those, people do that shit all the time. Yeah. I've seen some gruesome ones online where it's like, holy shit, this is a murder scene. This is crazy.
A couple of my neighbors went ham.
Boat around it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's the best possibility there for that groundskeeper. Like that could have ruined his day, but he was still just like, after this, I'm going to go to Chick-fil-A and like, it didn't
no
mess
PTSD
with
for me.
Yeah, no PTSD. He just was working. He probably was thinking like, all right, that's a 6x6 square I don't have to deal with because this guy just wanted to decorate in a weird way.
What if he drove over?
It must be one of those animatronic ones. It's gurgling at me.
What if he's like, I told him to clean that yard up. I'll drive over anything they left out here.
He's expecting straw to fly everywhere, but it's just intestines and brain matter.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, one of my neighbors like must have like brought like had dirt shipped in because they like made like a giant grave site with like someone burying like other, fake people, obviously, in this giant. So there's just like a 5 foot tall by 5 foot wide, like giant pile of dirt sitting in their front yard with like all the decorations around it. Okay. I figure that guy did so much heavy lifting clearly that I don't actually need to do anything other than have candy.
Yeah. You could do like a Halloween type thing where you leech onto him and like, what do you think of our decorations? What do you think? You've got like a bowl of punch and that's it.
A bowl of punch. I'm ladling punch into their pillowcases.
It was Christmas, but there was this one that had an amazing display. You've seen them sync to music and it's outrageous. And the house next to it put a sign with an arrow that said ditto.